Hi, my name is Dick Vergelder. As a creator, I have always been looking around and asked myself, what is missing to help creators, and by extent, the world, to bring solutions to many problems and to create new products and services. The tremendous creative potential of the human beings could bring solutions to storms, famine, flood, demographic move, war, and many other global challenges. If we consider that 90% of the goods that surround us have been created, that 60% of the products and services that will be around in 2030 do not even exist today and have to be created, that humans and companies want transparency and trust in products and services they are going to buy. We need authenticated products and services. Then we should realize that creation is the basis of all wealth. We are in a global world. And yes, international treaties provide universal requirements for intellectual property, the intangible creations of the human intellect. So, a standard is necessary to implement these requirements. A standard that is open to everyone, also to the less wealthy among us. It all started with this man, George Herman. George is the president of the Association of European Inventors. He asked his friend and expert in standards, Professor Alain Souloumiac, to create a global standard for creators. Souloumiac is professor in law at the Paris University and created a standard for the prospects of IT in the administration at the request of the Prime Minister of France in 1981. This standard has since then been used in Europe and later even worldwide. The CreaFree standard was born out of many years of research. It is the new worldwide standard for creations. With CreaFree, every creator now can register, publish and promote his creations. It is based on justice and the rule of the human rights treaties. Article 27 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights states that everyone has the right to the protection of the moral and material interest resulting from any scientific, literary or artistic production on which he is the author. Just listen to that.
Article 27. 1. Everyone has the right freely to participate in the cultural life of the community, to enjoy the arts, and to share in scientific advancement and its benefits. 2. Everyone has the right to the protection of the moral and material interests resulting from any scientific, literary, or artistic production of which he is the author.
The organization behind CreaFree is the World Creators Society, based in France. The standard develops accordingly certain categories of intellectual properties chosen and approved by a committee of experts. For each group of category, a capital is chosen out of several candidate cities that compete for acquiring a license for several years. The World Creators Society is now in final proceeding for the following categories: environment for the city of Fessenheim in France, e-commerce for the city of Hangzhou in China, startups for the city of Dallas in the United States of America, and music and dance for the city of Enugu, Nigeria. For each category, a separate joint venture will offer the license to the capital city and give engineering support to train and install the institutions covering worldwide creations in the attributed category. The appointed capital city will receive an exclusive license from the joint venture to use the CreaFree standard to register, protect and exchange the best practice as described in that license. A creator first defines a universal title, claims ownership of the original work and describes it in a book of creation. A center trains the advisors who assist creators and labeled the Books of Creation. The Books of Creation are registered in the Single Creations registers and published by the World Conservatory for Creations. The Superior Arbitration Chamber solves, according to amicable procedure, all disputes concerning books of creation. Composed of the best world's experts, the grand jury assesses and labels the originality of creations. The World Creations Market is managed by the CreaFree platform, which unites together creators, advisors and investors. The Academy takes the necessary to reserve the label's benefit for books that meet the ethical criteria of its charter. The Observatory collects and published the best practice described by single correlation tables. The World Creation Awards are allocated each year to acknowledge the most significant contribution to ethical progress. Why Enugu matters to become the world capital for music and dance intellectual properties. There is no razor code that determines the origins of creations. History shows that music and dance originated from Nigeria, and especially Enugu. CreaFree wants to help to counter the looting of creations. The more one can create, the more we should get employment and wealth. Patents are owned by international companies and old regimes of colonial powers because they are expensive and not accessible to the people of poorer countries in general. Music is global, but the heart will continue to beat in Enugu if the artists worldwide will get a fair share of their royalties. Enugu, with the CreaFree standard, will offer a solution to the worldwide problem of stolen royalties. Artists from all over the world will join this ecosystem that will help them to get a revenue on their investment. They will flock in abundance to your region to find the experts that will help them to get successful and be rewarded for it. The actual situation all over the world for musicians and choreographers is begging for a solution. Last year, Global Music Report has alarming figures. Did you know that Africa only gets 5% of the worldwide copyrights for music and dance? Today, as founder of the joint venture that will license the music and dance category, I want to explain some of the figures. In 5 years from now, we expect to cover with the property rights of authentic products 1/3 of the actual royalty market, estimated at $15 billion. The commission on property rights will be over 1%, or $50 million a year. And there are more spin-offs that I don't take into account. This project with its international visitors requires security, infrastructure and planning of institutions and companies. The World Bank and the African Development Bank support public works. The embellishing of the Enugu airport for international visitors, roads and other public works are related to this project. We estimate approx $500 million that can be borrowed with a return on investment. Enugu and the Music and Dance CreaFree spin-off will bring the necessary return. I'll leave you with this last slide of this presentation, who contains the milestones that we would like to respect. I thank you for your interest. Let's make this happen.